Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Wicked, the Wicked Witch of the West. Yes, and the wonderful story that that these people presented us with. Okay, now Wicked. The reason I call it chick flick praise is because I'm not really sure if it's a good thing. It's a good thing. If it's like a good movie or a bad movie, okay? So I really got to analyze it to really understand how I feel about this movie, okay? What I do on this channel is I give you my honest reviews, a straight man's review on what is generally considered chick flicks, okay? Romantic comedies, romantic dramas, whatever. Okay, the shit that the women watch, okay? The girls watch, that your girlfriends make you watch, all right? That kind of crap. All right. Well, hey, nothing wrong. I call it crap because it's not my thing, but there is a market for it. Obviously, they wouldn't make these movies if women didn't go see these movies. So there's a market for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to put down the genre. Okay, there should be a genre for everybody. Okay, everybody should have their own genre. Okay, whether you're Latino or black or gay or trans or straight. Okay, and everyone should have their own genre. Okay. But we live in a capitalist society, so the market decides what people want to see. What the majority, no, not everyone wants to see the same thing, okay? But the majority of certain demographics want to see a certain thing, okay? And if they're willing to put their money where their mouth is, okay, that lets the industry know, okay, we need to make more of that because people want that. Okay, it's simple economics, it's capitalism, okay? You find a need, identify a need that the public wants, you satisfy that need, they spend money on it. Boom. It's very simple, okay? That's the reason you don't make like a Barbie movie. You don't target that to a bunch of straight 50-year-old men. Okay? You don't make commercials with Barbie to appeal to 50-year-old men because they're not going to spend their money on that shit. Okay? You see what I mean? They're not going to do it. All right? It's not for them. Okay? It wasn't made for them. Okay? Now, does that mean that Barbie hates men because they didn't include straight men in there? Well, yes, actually it does. Well, it does and it doesn't, okay? It wasn't made for them. So obviously the needs of the traditional straight guy, like my middle-aged guy like me, our needs were not considered in the development of that movie or the production of that movie or the distribution of that movie, okay? Because they weren't trying to get money. They want my money, but they weren't trying to get it from me. They were trying to get it from my wife or my girlfriend or my daughters. That's where they were trying to get the money from, all right? See what I mean? That's how it works. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, now if you were to make a movie like for say, I don't know, straight guys, okay, in today's system you can't do that because straight guys, that means that you're a man, you're into testosterone, you got testosterone, you enjoy manly things. These things cannot be allowed in Hollywood because that goes against the narrative. That goes against the message, and you're not going to win any Academy Awards doing that either because they're not going to consider you. Can you imagine that if a straight guy were to make a movie where he was smart, intelligent, gets the girl, defeats the bad guy, overcomes all these obstacles, these dangerous situations, these conundrums. By the end of it, he makes it through, by the skin of his teeth, barely, but he makes it through. But he did suffer a lot of things on the way. It wasn't like a clean victory. He lost allies. Maybe he lost someone that he loved. Maybe he lost his hand or something, or so, whatever it was, okay? Basically, he earned his victory by the end of the movie. He suffered a lot, and so when he wins at the end, we're all happy for him. Can you imagine a movie like that happening today? It would never happen today because Hollywood would never allow it, okay? What they would do is they would put a chick in it, make her a lesbian, and she would be the one that actually wins at the end. And the guy, the straight guy, would be, it turns out throughout the course of the movie, it turns out that he's weak. It turns out that he has no self-confidence. It turns out that he's stupid as hell. He's just pretending to be smart. It's going to turn out that, what do you call it? He's evil. Yeah? He's evil too. Okay, all these things are going to happen, and it's going to turn out that the woman that was there next to him the whole time, she was the real hero. She was the one that solved all the problems. She's the one that defeated all the bad guys. She's the one that gets the girl at the end. Okay, you see what I mean? That's how it would be today, because that's exactly what they want to promote. It's exactly what they want to promote. If you see a movie where, let's say, there's 5 characters there, right? You got a straight white guy. Actually, you got 2 white guys. You got 2 females. And then you got one guy who's of some other country, right? I'll tell you right now what's going to happen. You got the older guy. He's the leader, okay? He's the grizzled old veteran that's seen everything, okay? Then you've got the middle-aged woman. She was still hot for her age. She's the district attorney type. Okay, like tough as nails. She got big balls. Okay, she don't take shit from no man. Then you got the hot young guy with the ripped abs and the square jaw. He's just trying to learn from his mentor, and trying to hit on the hot young girl who's over here being mentored by the older district attorney. Okay, and she's the hot young one. And then you got like the black guy, or something, or the Asian guy, or you got the gothic chick, okay, with the red lipstick and the black hair, okay. Whatever, that's your typical scenario, okay? Well, whenever they have something like this, what's going to end up happening? It turns out that it's actually going to be the middle-aged woman that does all the work, and that the what do you call it? The middle-aged man that's supposed to be the leader, he's actually a dumb fuck, and it's actually his subordinates that prop him up, basically, holding his body up. He's the face of the team. Okay, he's the public face of the team. He's the one that's acknowledged as a leader and all that kind of stuff. But the truth is, if you go behind the curtain, you'll realize that it's his subordinates that are doing all the work, and he's just getting all the credit for it. Okay, you see what I mean? Yeah, sound familiar, right? Okay, that's what's going on here. Okay, so it's the district attorney woman. She's the one that's actually doing all the work. What do you call it? The girl, the young hot girl, she's the one that's actually the badass. She's kicking everyone's ass. The hot young guy, turns out that he's gay. Okay, so he'll be treated with respect because he's gay. Okay, but he won't actually he won't be able to fight another guy or anything like that. He'll be like tech support. He'll be on the computer, all that earpiece telling him where to go and all that kind of shit, And then the black guy, he'll be complaining about racism the whole time. So everyone's going to suck his dick to prove that they're not racist, that kind of thing. Everyone's going to bend over backwards for him because he had such a hard, troubled childhood. He never knew his dad. His mom was a single mom. He's the only one from his family that graduated college. He's going to be treated like royalty by all the white people there, except for one white person who's going to be racist to him. And by the end of the episode, the one episode where that one guy shows up, his balls will be cut off. He'll be in jail. He'll get raped in prison. Whatever horrible thing you can think of is going to happen to that one character. Okay, they'll never appear again. All right, you see what I mean? You see, okay, this is what your typical 2025 show would do. Okay, you can't just have, and this is a show that's supposed to be about a straight guy as the main character. You see what I mean? That's your typical straight guy as the main character show today. Okay, it doesn't exist. You're not really gonna get it. Okay, it's a bait and switch. All right. Okay, because that's politics, and politics are in there. Okay, they're in all culture. Okay, politics is downstream from culture. Okay, and it's true, and it's the case in this thing too as well. Okay, this movie, yeah, it came out in 2024, but they started actually making it in 2000. I want to say 2021. They started writing it 2022 at the latest. Okay, and then they started making it, hiring everybody, making all the costumes, the sets, deciding what scenes they're going to do, what scenes are going to cut out, all that kind of stuff, editing everything down. All this was done, 3.5 years ago, okay, when Biden got elected, okay, during COVID. All right, so back then, woke was the thing. That was 100% pushed on everybody, just like the vaccine was, okay? It's pushed on you, whether you like it or not, you're going to get it. And we proved it because we beat Trump. Yay! You see what I mean? Despite the fact that 20,000 votes just appeared overnight, and every single one of them was for Biden, and nobody can understand, and no one's ever voted that many times before, or even in this past election, there were no 20 million votes that showed up overnight. In this election, that was only in the last election that happened. That was more votes than had ever happened in the history of the United States was in the 2020 election, okay? And all those 20 million votes were for Biden, not one was for Trump. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We all know that they would never have, rigged the election. We all know that. That didn't happen, okay? And if you said it on YouTube back then, you got canceled, okay? You got demonetized, your channel got shut off, okay? You weren't allowed to even talk about that. Thank God it's not 2020 anymore. But anyway, the point is that when they do these kind of things, okay, when they give you the product, they're giving you what they think the people want, okay? And I'm telling you right now, an election year is so important. It's not so important just because of who won. It's market research. It's telling you, you got to remember, when Trump won in 2016, he won the Electoral College, but he did not win the popular vote. Okay, he did not win the popular vote. Okay, so that told all the liberals that run Hollywood, that run the media, that, hey, the people, it was by luck that he won. The people really wanted Hillary. So despite the fact that we lost, okay, we're going to push Hillary and her values on everybody. Okay, we are going to demonize this man. The public did not really want him. Like I said, he lost the popular vote. The public didn't want him. Okay, unfortunately, because the Electoral College, which we've been trying to get rid of for decades now, every single time a Republican wins, we try to get rid of it. When a liberal wins, we try to keep it. The point is, every time a Republican wins, okay, we try to get rid of the Electoral College. It's not fair, okay? And they don't say that whenever a Democrat wins, though. But anyway, so the point is that because he didn't win, Trump did not win the popular vote, they went full steam fucking woke. Woke is the new normal. Woke is everything now. And that's what we're pushing, okay? All the financial institutions, Wall Street, they all push that shit. You would not get money. Your corporation will not get a loan, will not get any capital unless they conform to ESG policies, okay? Which is environmental social governance, okay? One of those things. The social part is DEI, okay? Diversity, equity, inclusion. Okay, you got to have a certain number of blacks, a certain number of Latinos. Actually, no, you don't have any Latinos, so nobody gives a shit about us. Okay, you got to have gays, you got to have trans, you got to have all these things. Basically, no white people. Okay, otherwise you're not going to get any money. And so all the corporations went along with it. Of course, they didn't tell you that they had to do it. They told you it was the cool thing. It's the new thing. We're on the right side of history. That's what they told you. Okay, but the truth is they weren't going to get any loans to continue to make TV shows and movies and publish books or any of that kind of shit unless they agree to this, okay? This is all done by the investment firms, okay? BlackRock, Vanguard, they were all doing this stuff, okay? Larry Fink, the head of Black, that's what they were doing. Sorry, okay? So that's why we got all this stuff. Now, they're not gonna tell you that, okay? What they're gonna tell you is that's the right thing to do and it's about time, okay? And they're gonna get everybody, because they control the media, right? They're gonna tell everybody, hey, listen, this is, you need to promote this stuff. Make sure you tell everybody that this is the right thing to do. Okay, and if they don't like it, if they won't swallow the shit that we're going to feed them, then there's something wrong with them, and they're part of the problem. You see what I mean? And that's what happened. Well, obviously that didn't work. Okay, all these corporations lost money. DEI never was successful. It never ever worked. All it did is the average person doesn't think about race. They don't think about sexuality. They don't think about whether someone, if you want to wear if you're a man, you want to wear a dress in your fucking house, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Okay? If you're a dude and you like fucking other guys, nobody gives a shit. More power to you. That's your business. By all means. You're an adult, right? Do what you want. Nobody cares. Nobody hates you for that. You see what I'm talking about? What we don't like, it's just annoying to get hit with this over and over again. It's like if I want to watch an episode of The Flash, because I like superhero TV shows, if I want to watch an episode of The Flash and all of a sudden there's two guys kissing in there, I don't want to see that. Okay? I shouldn't have to watch that. I was just trying to watch a fucking superhero show. I did not need to see that. You see what I mean? And that's what this stuff is being forced on you. It's being pushed on you. Like the fucking vaccine was. That's when we get mad. That's when we get annoyed. Okay, and then when they try to put that shit in the children's cartoons, the whole woke shit, the misgendering, all the trans crap, once all that stuff gets put in the cartoons, without consulting the parents. There's no warning telling, hey, talk to your kids first before you let them watch. There's none of that. It's just in there. You're watching Transformers, and all of a sudden Optimus Prime is telling the kids, what pronouns you should be referring to him as. What the fuck is this? The kids are fucking 6, 7 years old. They don't need to hear this shit. Or if they are going to hear this shit, it's the parents that should be talking this stuff to them. Okay, not the goddamn Transformers. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, that's when we get upset. Okay, and that's when we turn this shit off. And we have been doing it, thank God. People are speaking. Okay, they don't want to listen to us. They keep saying that they're the right ones. It's only a small vocal minority that's against this, Chris Evans is over here calling us dinosaurs. They're just like the dinosaurs. Eventually they'll just die away. We don't need them. Okay, well, I know, there's a reason that people did not go see the Buzz Lightyear movie, okay? Okay, there's several reasons, actually. One of them is that, they wouldn't hire Tim Allen because he's Republican. But another reason was that there's a gay kiss scene in there between two lesbians raising a kid. Okay, you know what? And that's controversial. Okay, little kids shouldn't have to go into the theater and see two women kissing. Okay, especially if they're 4 or 5 years old, okay? They don't understand that stuff yet. It's the parents that should be having that conversation with them, not a Disney movie. You see what I'm talking about? And of course, by the way, The movie, I did see it because my son, I have a little boy who wanted to see it, so I saw it at home. Okay, I didn't pay for it. Saw it at home. Okay, and of course, you have a lesbian couple. They kiss each other. They have kids. Okay, but at no point in the movie does anyone ever explain to anybody who the father of those kids are. Yeah, I guess that's not important either, right? Yeah, kids don't. Yeah, they don't need to know that part, right? But they do need to know that that is good for two women to kiss each other, right? For little kids. No. Okay, and that's where we have the problem. Okay, once you start forcing that stuff on us without our permission, okay, that's when we get upset, and that's when we speak with our wallet. We vote with our wallets, okay, and we turn that shit down. This movie Wicked, okay, was made during that time when they thought they were the right, they were the right people. They were on the right side of history. That's what they thought. Now this last election proved them all wrong. Okay, Trump won the popular vote and the Electoral College. So now they've got to change everything. They got to do it at the last minute because so much of that shit that they made back then is going to come out like real soon. And they already know, they've already lost so many billions of dollars. The media has already lost so much money. Disney's lost so much money. Warner Brothers, they've lost so much money because nobody's buying this woke crap. Okay, nobody wants to see this woke crap. That they got no choice. They got to do reshoot. They got to spend more money to try to save the movie. Not because they realized that they screwed up, but they realized, oh my God, nobody's going to watch this movie. As we think it's perfect, but like the majority of the Americans don't, and that means they're not going to spend their money on it. Oh, you see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, okay? And this movie's a good example of that, okay? It wasn't as woke as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a lot worse, honestly, especially from that trailer. I know I've talked about it in other videos, okay? But that trailer just told me that, Elphaba is going to be treated like she's a queen. She's a boss bitch. She can do no wrong. She's stronger and tougher and smarter and braver than everybody else and more powerful than everybody else in the movie. Despite the fact that she's supposed to be the victim in the movie, she's smarter and stronger and tougher than the fucking wizard. The wizard shitting himself in the trailer, and everyone's just telling Elphaba how great she is in that trailer, and she's like, it's the wizard that should be afraid of me, and Madame Morrible is telling her how powerful she, oh my God, you're incredible. Oh, my pussy's getting wet just looking at you. Ah. That kind of crap. And it's just like, come on. But luckily that wasn't what we got. Elphaba actually had some humility. She was actually very vulnerable. She was not the Wicked Witch of the West at all. But she did have vulnerability, okay? And that was enough for me to empathize with her. But I'm empathizing with a different character. I'm not empathizing with the Wicked Witch of the West, which is who she is supposed to be in this movie, okay? A misunderstood Wicked Witch of the West. She's not really wicked. She's a good person, but she was labeled as wicked by PR. Okay? Which is kind of weird. I mean, literally, man behind the curtain. Literally, in the original Wizard of Oz movie, okay, the wizard was a good man, but a bad wizard. Okay? In this movie, he's a good wizard, but a bad man. They switched it around. Okay? So when they push this stuff on us, we're going to get tired of it and we're not going to like it. Okay, now I know that this movie made a profit. Okay, it's already on streaming. Okay, but it didn't make as much money as it needed to make. Okay, and the sequel has to make money because they spent the money for both movies at the same time. All right, so the next movie is going to come out later on this year. Part 2 is going to come out later on this year. All right, and now I went on YouTube and I actually watched the Broadway show because I'd never seen it before, and I watched the second act. Okay, on YouTube. Okay, so I know what happens. Or at least I know what happened on the Broadway show. I don't know what's gonna happen in the movie. Nobody does yet. But at least in the Broadway show, I know what happened. I know what happened in the book. Okay, because I listened to this entire thing like 20 something years ago, unabridged. All right. But this is based on the Broadway show. It's not based on the book. So I don't know what they're gonna do for sure. But if this movie ends up being exactly like the Broadway show, okay, then I think it's gonna lose some money. Okay, because a lot of things with that ending on the Broadway show, I did not like. Okay, I did not like the fact that they sidelined Dorothy and her friends, the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man. Okay, they didn't appear in the Broadway show. They were mentioned, but you never actually see them. They never had any scenes with Elphaba, so we never saw how Elphaba is like with Glinda, and how she is with Madame Morrible, and how she is with her sister Nyssa Rose, and how she is with the wizard. We saw all that. We know how she feels about them and how she acts around them. But in this Broadway show, we never get to see how she feels or acts about Dorothy. Okay? And if they translate that if there is no Dorothy in Wicked Part 2, I'm going to be really upset. Okay? Or if they make Dorothy evil or a bitch, I'm gonna be in order to keep Elphaba good. I'm gonna be really upset. Okay, if there's anyone that Elphaba should be cutting loose on, as far as, you know, everyone's got anger inside of them. You do, I do. Okay, but we reserve that angle only for people that we, you know, if the time is right. Okay, and for people that really deserve it. We don't just fucking get angry and threaten everybody. Okay. Or even people we don't like, we don't do that. But if it's someone like we have a serious grievance with, okay, something unresolved, okay, sometimes we might do that. If anyone she should let loose on is the little girl that killed her sister. Okay, if anyone she's gonna be mad at and disrespect and threaten, it would be the girl that killed her sister and stole her sister's shoes. Okay, so I want to see Elphaba really cut loose. I want to see her get mad, like really get mad, not righteous, not self-righteous, indignant like she did with the wizard, like, you have no power, you're a liar. None of that shit. I want to see like, I'm gonna kill you, my pretty, you know, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna enjoy it. You know, that's what I want to see. That's a Wicked Witch of the West. She can still be a good person. Nobody's 100% good, like they're trying to make Elphaba out to be here. Okay, she's not 100% good. She's not an angel. She's not a saint. Okay, she has a dark side too, which we haven't seen at all. Okay, and we need to see it. All right. That way, it'll fit better with the original Wizard of Oz book, because it'll be like, okay, well, Elphaba was mean to Dorothy, but she had a bad thing about the circumstances. Okay, can you honestly say you wouldn't be all hateful and full of anger around Dorothy if what happened to you, you know, what happened to Elphaba happened to you? You see what I mean? Now that could be a good argument. Okay, we caught Elphaba on a bad day. Okay, after all the things that had happened to her, you see what I mean? The wizard sent someone to kill her, okay, but her sisters did kill her sister, blah, 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 took her ruby slippers. They didn't tell me that Glinda gave her the ruby slippers. You know, they manipulated me, so I think that she stole it on purpose, that she killed my sister on purpose, okay, and now she's going to try to kill me because the wizard said she's working for the wizard? Bitch, I'm going to get you first. See what I mean? That would make more sense. That would make more sense. But I don't think they're going to do it because they didn't do that in the Broadway play, so I don't think they're going to do that here. Anyway. So moving right along, where we left off last time is Elphaba decided that she feels a change inside of her, and she doesn't want to go back to the way things were. She can't accept the wizard's rules. She's going to fight the wizard. Glinda tries to talk her out of it. They're trapped in the tower of the Emerald City. They're going to try to escape. She read from the Grimoire, so now instead of her sprouting wings and flying, she casts a spell on a broom. So now the broom can fly. She can control the broom. Blah, blah, blah. What do you call it? There was Madame Morrible made this big announcement that the entire land of Oz heard, calling Elphaba the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay, so she's officially been labeled wicked. She's public enemy #1 now. Okay, she went from being someone that they were all pandering to once they found out how powerful she was, especially once the wizard summoned her. Everybody loved her. Everybody clapped for her. They all wished her well at the train station. They all Madame Morrible gave her hugs and said how proud she was of her. Glinda wanted to be her best friend. Fiyero quit liking guys for a day and fell in love with Elphaba. I mean, everyone was just eating her pussy, right? Like she's the greatest thing in the world. But the moment she turned against the wizard and said, no, you're a liar and I'm not going to join you, now she's public enemy #1. Now everybody hates her. Now everybody's out to get her, okay? Now she's been labeled wicked and evil, and she's a liar, and she's all these horrible things, and everyone's going to believe it, you know, because it's the wizard that said it, despite the fact that everyone knows the wizard is not a robotic fucking head with magical powers. Everybody in Oz knows that the wizard's just a normal guy. All right? Anyway, so that's going on here. Elphaba has an epiphany. She realizes her purpose in life is to fight the wizard and help the animals. So that's what she's going to do. She asks Glinda to join her. Glinda says no. Glinda wants to move up in the society of Oz. She's a rich girl from a rich family up north. She wants her status to improve. Okay? She likes being, respected by the entire land of Oz. She likes all that adoration. She likes everyone, having lackeys and cronies and paparazzi following her around and wanting to know her opinion. Okay, she wants to be a sorceress, and that's only going to happen if she agrees to go along with the wizard. Okay, Elphaba says that you sold yourself out. I can't be like you. You're my best friend. I love you. Why? You have nothing in common. Okay, but apparently they are. They say they're best friends, but they don't really act like they're best friends. You see what I mean? Is that they have nothing in common. The things that Glinda wants, things that are important to her, are not the same things that Elphaba wants, and the things that are important to Elphaba. You see what I mean? So normally they wouldn't be best friends. They're only best friends for the sake of the story. Okay? Like the book was much better. The book explained a lot better why they were best friends. Okay? Because they complemented each other. They don't complement each other here. Okay, it's like frenemies. It's like, it's like when you see two girls that really don't like each other very much because they have nothing in common, but they act like they're best friends because it's better to have a best friend than not have one. So they'll just pretend this is my best friend, and she'll pretend to. That kind. You've seen that for frenemies. Okay, that's what they come across at in this movie, not in the book. In the movie, that's how they come across as frenemies. All right. So anyway, okay. So that's it. Okay, so of course, Elpha makes her speech. She's gonna go against the wizard, go against society, all that kind of stuff. That every fucking chick flick does that. Elsa did that in Frozen when she's saying that "Let it go." Basically, she's not gonna be a good girl anymore. She's not gonna go along with the rules that someone made, how she should act and look and dress and fuck. She's not gonna go along with that. She's gonna do her own thing. Okay, because she's a boss bitch and she's independent and she's not gonna do it just because society says it doesn't mean that that's what she's gonna do. Well, yeah. Well, what happens when everybody does that? Okay, there's no more society. You see what I mean? Anyway, so that's what's going on. All right, so that's it right there. Okay, she's gonna go against Elpha decides she's not gonna join the wizard. She's gonna go against the wizard, go against the Land of Oz. Okay, and all the social norms. Okay, and this is code for being a lesbian. Okay, now Elphaba's straight because she was straight in the book, so they had to make her straight because they had to have a guy in there to be the love interest. Okay, but let's face it. Okay, Cynthia Erivo in real life is fucking gay. All right, even the actor that plays her love interest in this, Jonathan Bailey. Okay, he plays Fiyero in this movie. He's fucking gay in real life. Okay, so there's none of this straight shit. Okay, you're not gonna fool me with that. Okay, there's no straight people in this fucking movie. All right. So basically, what she's saying, I'm gonna go against society. I'm gonna be true to myself. I'm gonna live my own truth. Right? Isn't that what you hear a lot? Okay, that's my truth. Okay, you know what? I got one better than that. Instead of my truth, how about the truth? Okay, that's better than my truth. All right. Anyway, so that's gonna be interpreted many different ways. Okay, all of them liberal talking points. All right. So Elphaba decides she's gonna go against society, go against all the social norms. Okay, in other words, she's not gonna like boys anymore. Okay. Or respect her boss or any kind of shit, okay? Because she has to go against what you've been told is good and bad, okay? So basically, this is the liberal trick which this movie's trying to do. Once they can convince you that up is down and left is right, once they can convince you that the sky is green and you believe it because everyone else is doing it and you don't want to feel left out, you don't want to be the odd man out, right? They're all telling you the sky is green, and if you don't agree with it, then all of a sudden there's something wrong with you, and you don't want that to happen. So you go along with it and you tell everyone else to go along with it. And if they don't, you can punish them for not going along with it because that makes you feel good. Oh my God, I'm with the cool kids now. Okay, once they do that, everything goes out the window. Okay, nothing matters anymore. Okay, you want to know exactly why 1 out of every 3 fucking middle-aged women in our country is on some sort of a fucking antidepressant? Okay, you want to know why the rates of suicide are so high for men, for middle-aged men? Okay, you want to know why so many men, okay, young men are not going to college, they're not getting married, they're not having kids. Okay, you want to know why all this stuff's happening? It's because of shit like this. Once you take away the things that are in our nature to want from our mates and our partners and from society, once you take those things away, you give us nothing to live for. It's only going to be that few percentage that gets all the things that they want. Okay, but what about the majority of the people? They're not getting what they want. Whenever that happens, people are going to go against that ideology. And that's what's happening right now. Because shit like this is promoting that ideology. The individualism instead of the collective, instead of everybody. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, so once you've convinced someone that good is bad and right is wrong, once there's no difference, there's no line separating the two, once it's all it's all a spectrum now, okay, then, humanity's gone. Humanity doesn't know what it's doing. Okay, and it needs you to change what humanity is. Okay, so basically, Elpha's disagreeing with nature, disagreeing with society. Okay, oh my God, how dare you call me a woman? I'm not a woman. I'm non-binary. I identify as they, them. I'm non-binary. Blah, blah, blah. No, you got a fucking pussy. You're a woman. You're an adult. You're a fucking woman. Okay, there's no spectrum here. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Once they convince you, okay, that a guy in a fucking dress is a woman, okay, everything goes out the window, okay? They'll do it to everything. Black is now white, okay? Kids are now adults, so you can treat them like adults. You see where I'm going with this? That's how society fucking collapses. Light is dark, and once you get a foothold in there, the rest goes down with it. It's like a dominoes. Okay, that's why it's people like me and anyone with common sense is against this shit. Okay, so that's how you get DEI shit. All right, okay, high, that's why you got high divorce rates, single moms, suicide, men in women's bathrooms, okay, uncontrollable fires in LA, okay, equity instead of equality, okay, etc. Trans rights, okay, race swapping, okay, misandry, okay, racism against white people was just racism, okay, there's even a line in there where Elphaba says it's too late to go back to sleep. Get it? It's too late to go back to sleep. That means that she is woke. Got it. That was actually a line in the song. It's too late to go back to sleep. That means that she's woke. Like, they literally hit you over the head with this message. God damn. There ain't being subtle here. Okay? So they're trying to escape. There's a big poster there of Oscar Diggs. That's the wizard's real name. Okay. And they start singing It's Time. Both of them, Glinda and Elphaba, start singing It's Time to Defy Gravity. Okay. Which is the Libtard University activist song. Okay. And she starts singing, the same things. Okay. Elphaba starts singing some things I can't change, but until I try, I'll never know. Get it? Some things I can't change, but until I try, I'll never know. Okay, you see where this is going? Okay, this applies to everything. These are liberal talking points. This is the fucking DNC right here. This is Kamala Harris right here. Okay, this is the fucking using taxpayer money to finance sex change surgeries for convicted criminals in prison. This is what I'm talking about. All right, it's all in here. This is exactly the stuff that the American population rejected. Okay, some things I can't change, but until I try, I'll never know. Glinda follows her up the stairs. To open they're on a tower with a lot of open windows. Okay, so there's plenty of room for those flying. Remember those flying monkeys from earlier? Okay, that were trying to get in the building, but they couldn't because of the bars. Well, guess what? They can get in the building now from where Elphaba is. They're in the same building. But yet there's no flying monkeys around. If there were, they would easily see Glinda and Elphaba there, and they would capture them because, like I said, they put out a call to capture Glinda and Elphaba. Okay, but conveniently the flying monkeys don't show up. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, open windows in the tower. That's where they are. The guards are coming. Okay, you can hear the guards coming because the guards also got ordered by the wizard to capture Elphaba and bring her to him. So they're a bunch of fuddy-duddy idiots. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're too busy going on break, taking coffee breaks, going on lunch breaks, going to the theater, watching a movie, instead of actually chasing Elphaba. Okay? So the guards are coming, okay, and of course it takes them like fucking, from the moment they get to the door to the time they actually, try to capture them, it takes like a good fucking 3 hours. Okay, so that's going on here. Elphaba reads the Grimoire. Why does she read the Grimoire, despite the fact that the guards are right outside and about to break down the door? Because she wants to. Because she wants to take a break. This chasing stuff is tiring. She needs to take a break. She needs to take a break from this whole chase shit. Okay, just read a book, man. Have some fun. All right, so that's what she does. She reads the Grimoire. Glinda tries to stop her, but Elphaba doesn't grow wings when she reads the Grimoire like she was trying to. Instead, she takes possession of the broom. Now, the broom, she actually used it to barricade the door. Okay, it's a broom and a popcorn machine. That's the only thing separating the guards from coming into the tower, is a broom and a popcorn machine. Well, the broom is now alive and flies to her because she read the Grimoire, right? So now she can control the broom in her hand. She can fly with it now, all Harry Potter style. All right. Okay, and then Elphaba tells Glinda to join her. Okay, join me. We'll start a revolution. Together. We're unlimited. That's the word she used. Unlimited. Okay, and we're the greatest team that ever lived. And of course, singing together. Why are they singing together when they're about to get arrested? Because I guess because they want to. What the fuck? Just because the guards are about to break down the door and take them both captive. There's no reason to just, to not break out into a song to express how your feelings for each other. Why not? You got plenty of time. Okay, that's going on here. Okay, no, there's no, because Elphaba tells Glinda, there is no fight that we cannot win because we're boss bitches, right? Okay, we'll defy gravity. Anyway, that's the song they're singing here. But of course, it takes them like 2 hours to sing the song "Defy Gravity," right? Which is the last song in the movie. Okay. They keep talking about defying gravity, which is just a metaphor for defying social norms. I don't have to do what I'm told. Okay. Society tells me I'm a woman. I'm not. I don't have to be a woman if I don't want to be. I'll go against the norms. I'll be my own self. I'm non-binary. Okay. Just because I have a vagina does not make me a woman. You see what I mean? She's defying gravity that way, okay? Well, I'm here to tell you something, all right? Straight man's point of view, okay? You cannot fucking defy gravity. Nobody can defy gravity. It's one of the fundamental forces of nature. You cannot defy gravity. I don't give a fuck how loud you sing that song. You cannot defy gravity, all right? Gravity will always win at the end. In the end, it will always win, okay? This song is stupid, okay? Gravity still works. Okay, it still works. It still exists no matter what the fuck you do. All right? It always will. You'll never get rid of it. Okay? Planes and birds and rockets, okay? They don't defy gravity. They work around it. Okay? Around it temporarily. Temporarily. Okay? And everything that goes up must come down. Okay? There is no other way. All this bullshit. But I'm going to go against social norms. I'm a woman, but I don't have to be a woman. I can be a man if I want to be, even though I have a vagina. It doesn't fucking matter how much you fucking delude yourself. Okay, eventually everything will go back to homeostasis the way it's supposed to be, because that's the way nature intended it. You see what I mean? Nature intended men and women to procreate. If you don't do that, there is no human race. You see what I mean? If there is no day, there is no night. You see what I'm talking about? Gravity always wins. Nothing can escape gravity. There's gravity in space. There's gravity on asteroids. There's gravity in atoms. Okay, everything has gravity in it. Now, Glinda refuses to join Elphaba. Okay, but she does find a 6-foot-long black cape that can magically grow itself into a fucking 40-foot-long black cape whenever it feels like it. Okay, and she puts that on Elphaba. So now Elphaba officially has the Wicked Witch costume. She's got the collar now. Well, not really a collar. She's got the hat. She's got the cape. Like I said, it changes size. It goes from being, 6 feet long to being 40 feet long whenever she fucking feels like it. She's got the flying broomstick now, which just happened right away. Boom. So she does a little spin around to pose the slow motion that she now looks like the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay, from the Wizard of Oz. Okay, and I'm gonna stop my review right here. All right, now I'll get back to it, and we'll talk some more about this climax. All right, I thank you very much for watching this long, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.